Shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word, and truth and sincerity. And shalom to you believers out there, the Aki and Wahakwa. And this lesson was inspired by the brother in GMS, North Carolina. He had a video. Let me go to the video. Let me go to the video, which inspired me to do this lesson because really he has some good clips in this video about the chariots. And I encourage you, brothers and sisters, to go check this out. GMS All Precepts. This is his page, Hey, subscribe and be edified. All right, the chariots, nuclear weapons, and their connection, common destruction. This is a great video he did. This will inspire this lesson right here. So check this video out, okay? So now I want to go here. All right. You see it. Bizarre new video of UFO or UAP over U.S. military base sparks buzz online. This is from last month of this year, January 10th. So it's fairly new. All right. So I'm going to play this video. Now, when you get into the so-called UFOs, which we know what they are, sometimes they call them UAPs. So I can look that. UAPs. We going into the Lord's chariots. And I'm going to just play this video.
This is black hot.
Now, again, this was a U.S. military base. In 2018, the U.S. military captured footage in Iraq over a sensitive facility. The object was designated as UAP by U.S. intelligence. Now it was called the Jellyfish. Now let's peep this.
It's in thermal. It was filmed on a weapons platform. You see that there's a dog there. You see the animals are black. I'm assuming this is black hot. You see the object just went to white, and you'll see it going from white to black, and that's basically showing the heat differential. So it's going like hot and cold, hot and cold. The problem was the optics platform was jammed. These individuals who target with these platforms, they can shoot out an Al-Qaeda tire at 27 miles away, but not being able to lock it was one of the first signs that something's weird. I was able to find direct eyewitnesses and corroborate that this event did happen. When individuals would target in on it with the optics, the way it was described, each of these hanging things, they were stiff, like they weren't moving. They had geometric form, like scales, what was said to be scales, like an armor. There were also people with night vision who were out and they were tasked to go look for it. Couldn't see it on the night vision. Only in the thermal spectrum could it be seen.
You see? You see? So I want to get this. When you go into, well, let's get this account. Because he said when they had on the night vision, they couldn't see it only in the thermal spectrum. So let's get this. Number one. The Arameans plot to capture Elisha. All right. 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, starting at verse 8. It says, the king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of God sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of the Most High told him, and warned him of, and saved himself there not once nor twice. Not once nor twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing. And he called his servants and said unto them, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of the servants said, None, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel. Telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. All right, so he knew what was going on, the plots and plans and schemes. This prophet, man. All right, and he was getting what? He was getting these things from the Lord. And he said, and this is Elisha who succeeded Elijah. And he, verse 13, and he said, Go and spy where he is, that I might send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, Behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early, he and gone forth, behold, and the host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they be with us. For Slaki, let me read this. 2 Kings 16, 6 and 16. This is what Elisha said. And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. It's more with us, the children of Israel. I'm speaking to you, brothers and sisters. We have to remember this. To fear not, for they that be with us are more than they be with them. All right. Verse 17. What do I mean by that? Our military, the chariots, the angels, is more than Esau Edom. One chariot can handle the whole military of the earth. One chariot, one angel can handle all the militaries of the earth. It's nothing. Verse 17, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about him. All right. And we know these angels are spirits of fire, that energy, man. Now, one thing I want you brothers and sisters to see. I went to the commentary on this verse right here. All right. So I went to the commentary. I think this is who? David. This is David Guzik commentary on 2 Kings 6 and 17. And one thing I was reading, it said, let me get it, about those horses, because it's a such thing as called horsepower when you're dealing with a car. All right. Now, even in Revelation 6, when it's talking about Yahweh Shai, that horse is not a real horse. This is going into the chariots. Because sometimes in the scriptures, when they refer to the horse, it's going into the Lord's chariot. Now, peep this right here. This is the commentary. It said, horses and chariots were the most sophisticated and mighty military instruments of the day, meaning of that day. All right. But the invisible army of the Most High had literally more firepower than the horses and chariots of the Syrians. The spiritual army had chariots of fire all around Elisha. Now, if you think about it, the Lord could have had horses and chariots of fire, or they was literally what they call UFOs of fire. Now, I want to get this. When you go to Isaiah 31, it said, help not in Egypt, but in the Most High. Now, we know that USA, America, is known as what? Spiritual Egypt. Now, in verse 1, it says, what? Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Because we know in antiquity, Egypt, they did have a great military, and our people depended on them. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will rise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fall together. Let's get that in another commentary. All right, now my internet want to start acting up. Bear with me, y'all. Let me refresh it. All right, here we go. In the NLT, it said, what? For the Egyptians are mere humans, not God. Their horses are puny flesh, not mighty spirit. When the Lord raises his fist against them, those who help will stumble, and those being helped will fall. They will fall down and die together, right? So in this time, we know America is known as spiritual Egypt, okay? Because we know the scriptures is manifold. So all of these nations that's going to come up against the Lord's army, the chariots, Yahushua, Archangel Michael, everybody gonna stumble and fall, and they're gonna die together. And they're puny humans. See, the Lord's chariots are made of what? They made of the how can I word this? They are made of just the intelligence of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now listen to the rest of this video. And you see how he said in the video how they couldn't see him, it's disappeared. That's why I pulled that account with Alicia, because the chariots are all around us. They're all around us all the time. The Lord, matter of fact, the scripture, right? And see, it's been so many documented cases about the chariots being over these military bases. And why is that? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is scoping them out. Let me get this. Let me get this real quick. The brother brought out this precept as well. I want to get it. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 19. This in the GNT. It says, this man is only afraid of other people. He does not realize that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, that he sees everything we do, even when we try to hide it. So the Lord is always scoping the scene out. See, and he used the chariots, and the angels are flying those ships. They are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're flying those ships, but it was a better word. They're navigating those ships. Now, listen to what he said.
But anything that looks like that appears to have a payload, that's a big deal. It could be dangerous. So these are high priority. But what happened is there were a couple other nations involved, and the feeds were just shut immediately. So that put me on high alert too. Why is it completely being shut down? But that's not all it did. It goes out over a body of water. I'm told it stops on a dime, descends into the water, stiff into the water, and for 17 minutes, nothing. And boom, this thing comes up out of the water and shoots off at 45 degrees, just like that.
See, stop at a dime, go in the water. See, they can go underwater, go in air, go in the atmosphere, go next to the sun. The chariots can go anywhere they want to go. All right, they are not. They made of the what's the word I'm looking for? They're just made of that wisdom, man, of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They on another level. That's why when you ask these so-called experts, they say that the chariots are like 1,000 years ahead of the technology of Esau, which was given to him by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But of course, he wasn't going to give Esau the advantage over the chariots. So he gave Esau this little version of technology, which is great to us, but it's really nothing. That's why it says what? Their horses are puny flesh. Now, let's go here. For somebody that might say, well, they did use horses and chariots. Yeah, they did. But when you refer to a lot of times in the scripture, let's get this. Revelation 6 and verse 2, it says, and I saw, behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Now, Yahweh Shah is not going to come back on no horse. He's going to come back in the fathership on the chariot. But again, when you go into a horse, that's going into power. That's why your car might have 200 horsepower. That's not an actual horse. Now, let's get this in Ezekiel. Because he said, all of the videos were shut. That's the power. They shut down, and we had it's been videos about how the Chariot shut down nuclear facilities and then turned on everything back, and they just playing with Esau military like like it's nothing, because it is nothing. Now, let's get to the point, because in Ezekiel it goes into the chariots. Let's go here to verse Ezekiel 1. In 15, it says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creature with his four faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Now let's get this picture right here. Because the typical UFO, that jellyfish, the chariots can come in any shape or form. Now, when it says in Ezekiel, you see where it say a wheel within a wheel, right? This is the classic UFO look right here. A wheel in a wheel, right? Let's go back to Ezekiel. It says, when they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. Yeah, the chariots ain't got, it's been reports. I did a lesson on it, and many brothers did a lesson on how the chariots can do a 90-degree or 45 angle at the drop of a dime. Whereas a plane or something like that, a fighter jet, they can't do that. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four. So you see those rings, those eyes right here. That's what they're going into. Those rings. You see all these different type of so-called UFO. These are the chariots. See, you see these eyes. This is what Ezekiel is referring to. Okay. Let me see where we at. And they went and they turned not. Verse 13, as for the likeness of the liver, no, slacky. I went up to verse 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. See, so wherever the angels went, that's how the chariots move. They're in sync together. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, see, don't you notice in Isaiah, what did he say? He said, though, the Egyptians are mere humans, not God. Their horses are puny flesh, not mighty spirits. See, it's not made of the spirit, man. Okay. They're not driving them through the spirit. They're just puny men who's in these fighter jets. Esau military. You're a mere mortal. But the angels are living fire. That's that fire that Elisha in the boy saw. Them angels, man. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was thither was their thither their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheel. So the chariots are actually, navigated through the spirit, through the angels. The angels probably don't even drive them like you would drive a car or a plane. It could be a feeling. It could be they could just be in sync with the angels. So whatever the angel want to do, that's what the chariot gonna do. Okay, that's very very powerful. Let me see. Let me see something. Goodness, why is this? There we go. NLT. The spirit of the living beings was in the wheels. So wherever the spirit went, the wheels and the living beings went. Beings also went. See, so that's why they were able to just, like this guy said, just let's get it. Let's go back.
Put me on high alert too. Why is it completely being shut down? But that's not all it did. It goes out over a body of water. I'm told it stops on a dime, descends into the water, stiff into the water, and for 17 minutes, nothing. And boom, this thing comes up out of the water and shoots off at 45 degrees, just like that.
See, shoot off at 45 degrees like that. Wherever the spirit, let's get it. See, whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. So wherever the angels want that chariot to go, it's just gonna go. Boom. Man can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So now I want to just show this last living image. This is pretty much the point. Again, when I went to that David Guzman commentary point, all right, where it said the most sophisticated and mighty military instruments of the day, but the invisible army of the Most High had literally more firepower, right? And that don't mean that the Lord, the angels were sitting on horses with chariots on them. See, it doesn't mean that. It mean they probably was in those chariots. That's where that fire was. All right, because when you even go up in Ezekiel, it goes into how the spirits move like lightning. All right, let me see. Ezekiel 1. Let me see. 1:7, it says, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of varnished brass. All right, let me see. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. See, and that's pure energy, and like the appearance of lamps, it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. See, so this is pure energy, man. You see what I'm saying? And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of the flash of lightning. See, they appeared. So back in this story, when Alicia seen, when Alicia prayed, I prayed thee open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire. See, he seen them angels, man. And that don't mean the angels was on literal horses and chariots. See? So now let me show you this. Now this was back in 2019, but guess what? I wish I could find something today. Reported UFO sightings, right? From 1906 to 2014. Where is it lit up at? Babylon the Great. And then you got, what's this? The British Isles over here. And then it's like over here in Europe. You notice Africa, South America, all of that, they ain't really lit up. So from 19, almost damn near 100 years, right? The most reports has been here in America. And America is going to be destroyed by the UFO, by Yahweh Shah coming with Archangel Michael and the chariots. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have these missiles from over here from Russia and all sorts of places hitting Babylon, destined for destruction, man. And that's why the chariots been peeping over here and messing with Esau military is because why? Because they coming for war. You don't see them over there at kids' playgrounds or even though the chariots everywhere, but I'm saying you ain't been no UFO or they all kids' playgrounds and outside the club. No, they at the military base, man. Scoping Esau out playing with them. For ain't no telling what they be seeing. For real, they don't report everything. Ain't no telling what they seeing in the heavens. Look, it's over there in the British Isles where these devils at, and over here in America, Babylon the Great, man. So I just wanted to bring this out, Lord willing, it was edifying to the next lesson. Shalom.